Hi everyone. So I'm going to make a card today for a friend. It's her birthday, and I'm going to use a piece of craft cardstock, cardstock as the base. So I'm going to set that aside for now. The first thing I'm going to do is I stamped this little bird. It's this Hero Arts stamp. I love this little bird, and I've already stamped it on a piece of book text. I liked the color of it, so I need it to be a little bit stiffer because I want to pop it up, I think, on the card. I think. But regardless of whether I do or not, I'm going to go ahead and back the bird with this piece of mixed media paper. So I'm going to just put it down on the paper and then trim it out. I'm not going to use the bird's feet. I'm just going to trim the outline of the body there. So let's see, my brush is wet. Let me get that dried off. Okay. We're just gonna, actually, you know what, I might use the glue stick. I think I will. I think I'll use the glue stick. Maybe it won't wrinkle. So I'm just gonna place it on here. Scrape it down, just make sure it's adhering. Okay. And I'm just going to let that dry for a few minutes. I'm also going to be using this little piece of jelly print, and I'm going to put some leaves on the card. So I've already cut a few. I'm just, freehand trimming out, some leaves. Just like that. And by cutting a strip about the length that I need the leaves, I'm able to keep them all, pretty close to the same size. So this will be, I think, the last one. Okay. Actually, I only need 5, so I have an extra. Okay, I'm keeping these little scraps because, they'll be cool glued onto something at some point. Okay, and I want to, I've got an old mouse pad here. I'm going to just lay these on here, and I'm going to use my stylus and just kind of make a vein, emboss a vein in the leaf, just to give it a little bit of something. So I'm just pressing in, and you can see it. I don't know if you can tell it, but it makes a little indentation. So I can kind of give it a little bit of a fold, when I go to get ready to put it down on the card. And that'll give it some dimension. Oops. But I had used some fall colors on this jelly print, and so I thought, well, that would make some cute leaves, and I think I'll put this one aside and keep this one. Okay. And I'm also, I think, going to use some distress ink. This is Vintage Photo, and just color the edges up just a little bit, just to get rid of that white line. And it adds a little bit more color. The part that brushes onto the surface of the leaf will just add a little bit more brown. This is really a simple card. There's not a whole lot of detail in it, but I think it's still going to be really cute. I saw something similar on Pinterest, and so I thought I would give it a try. All right, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and trim out my little bird. So that's good. That's much sturdier than just that book text would have been by itself. So now it's like a little cardstock bird. So it's gonna go, in fact, I think I'll just open this out to work on it so it'll lay flatter. There we go. All right, so got the bird here, and we're going to put a couple of little leaves there, actually 3 little leaves there, and then we're going to have a couple back here, and it's you know, as if he's sitting on a branch. But it's just the leaves, not the branch. Okay, and then down here I'm going to write in happy birthday, and I might do a little border around the edge, but I think that's really cute. It looks like fall, and her birthday's in the fall, so it's appropriate, you know. I'm trying to decide about popping up the bird or leaving it flat. I'm going to put a couple of these pop dots underneath it and just lay it there, not stick it down, but just lay it there so I can see if I want to raise it up or not. Well, it is kind of cute raised. And then maybe I'll raise 1 or 2 of the leaves also to keep the dimension going. Okay, I'll do that. So since that's going to be raised up a little more obvious, I think I will just take the black stays on and go ahead and go around the edge. Just a little bit here and there, just the edge, not trying to really distress it, but just to color the edge. So we'll put one here. And one there. And then I'll put a tiny little, I'm going to cut a little bit of the edge of the remaining sheet of dots. And we'll put that on the tail. Okay. And then let's see. I've got some small ones also. I'll use a couple of the little ones. Okay, so that's how the front of the card will look with the border around it. I like the way the white pen looks on the craft cardstock. Just makes it really pop. I love that. Okay, so back to the bird. I think I'm gonna get a good idea of where I want the bird to go, and then I'll stick it down, and then I'll put the leaves in place. Let's see. Okay, so I penciled in the happy birthday. I know it's hard to see in the lighting, but it's penciled in there, and I'm going to use a black pen to just go over those marks. And I'm going to do it off camera because I have to bend over close to see what I'm doing. So I'll show you when I get done. Okay, so here's the writing is finished. See if I can get it. Okay. And so that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it simple. And then on the inside, I'm going to just put a piece of cream colored cardstock here so that I can write a birthday message inside or note. And this is just a Scotch ATG gun. Just gonna center that here. And press it down. That's my little card for today, and thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. I'm so bad. You know, I always tell you that I'm going to stop, and then I turn off the camera and keep going. Something just makes me keep going some days. But I wanted to show you the finished card. This is the next morning, and I did add some white shadowing around the letters, and I lightly with a brown fine point marker, I did draw in those veins that I had made with the stylus. I just felt like you couldn't see them very well, so I wanted to make the leaves look a little bit better. So I did that. I put a little rhinestone in the bird's eye, and I added these little dots. I just felt like the card was a little too plain, and I felt like it needed that. So, and to make those little dots, I didn't have any on hand in the color that I needed. So I took this bottle of Scribbles. It's basically like, what do you call those? Hold on. It's basically like these enamel accents that Ranger makes. And this one I got at, I think at Walmart in a clearance section. I got a couple of them one day, a long time ago. But anyway, I just squeezed out a little bit onto a piece of wax paper. And, you know, just made little dots and let it dry. And then they peel right up off of the wax paper, and you can glue them down to whatever you're using. So I had the right color in this, so I used this. So I just glued them down with a little bit of glossy accents, and that's the way I finished it. And I wanted to show you how cool the the stamp turned out that I put on the envelope. This is that Martha Stewart stamp that I used on that fall index card that I did recently in the video hop. But I inked it up with orange, and then I took my red ink pad and just lightly touched here and there on the stamp just to add some red, and it looks so cool. I don't know if you can get the full effect of it, but it's really, really pretty. Anyway, I did do a little bit more, and I did finish it, and I wanted to show you. And I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.